There is something rare and almost intimidating about a man who is not afraid to start over, because most men cling. They cling to memories too, relationships, to routines, and even to pain. They stay because leaving feels terrifying, and they settle because rebuilding themselves seems impossible. But then there is the other kind of man, the stoic kind, the man who says, if this no longer aligns with my peace, my purpose, or my values, I walk. This man cannot be replaced, not because he is perfect, but because he carries a strength that cannot be copied, a strength built from resilience, discipline, inner clarity, and a deep understanding of his worth. Here are 4 powerful reasons why. 1. A man who can start over is not controlled by fear. Most men stay in situations that drain them simply because they fear losing what they have. But the man who can walk away is free. He is not afraid of loneliness, uncertainty, or rebuilding from the ground up, and a woman senses that immediately. She is used to dealing with men who beg, plead, chase, or collapse emotionally the moment she pulls away. But a man who can start over does not shake. He does not break, and he does not lose himself. Seneca said, the man who is prepared has already conquered. But the deeper truth is that a man willing to rebuild his life becomes someone no one can control, because he chooses growth over comfort, and that makes him unforgettable. His calm detachment becomes a form of power too. His self-worth comes from within, not from her approval. A man who can start over is not asking for validation. He is not waiting to be chosen, and he is not seeking permission to feel valuable. His worth is rooted in himself, in his actions, his discipline, and his principles. Most people look to relationships for identity, but he builds his identity first and allows relationships to complement it, not define it. Marcus Aurelius wrote, the world's opinion means nothing. Your opinion of yourself means everything, and she cannot replace a man like this, because he is rare, steady, whole, and centered. He does not chase love, he attracts it, because real confidence is not loud, it is grounded. And a grounded man becomes magnetic without trying, because his energy speaks louder than his words. 3. He does not seek revenge, he elevates when he walks away. He does not focus on proving her wrong, he focuses on proving himself right. He improves himself quietly, he builds his life back stronger. He outgrows the pain instead of drowning in it. And here is the truth, no one admits when a man grows in silence. A woman feels it, even from a distance. She sees the changes, she hears about his progress, she feels the shift in his energy, and suddenly she realizes he was never the one losing. She was. Epictetus said, first tell yourself who you will be, then do what you must. A man who rises after heartbreak cannot be replaced, because he becomes a new version of himself that she never believed he could become, and that transformation becomes his greatest power, for he chooses peace over chaos, even if it means letting go. The strongest men are not the ones who fight endlessly to keep someone, they are the ones who recognize when something is stealing their peace and remove themselves from it. A woman cannot replace a man who has emotional discipline, internal stability, the courage to walk away, the strength to rebuild, and the wisdom to protect his peace. Why? Because most men stay trapped in toxic cycles, but he chooses clarity over confusion, progress over pain, and growth over comfort. Women deeply respect a man who values his peace more than anyone's approval. He becomes the man she should have chosen but did not appreciate until he was gone. A man who is not afraid to start over is unstoppable. He is not attached to the past, he is not controlled by rejection, and he is not defined by who walks away. He knows he can rebuild, he knows he can rise, he knows he can transform pain into power, and that is the kind of man a woman struggles to forget. Because you can replace attention, you can replace affection, but you cannot replace a man who has mastered himself. A man who rebuilds becomes stronger, wiser, calmer, and more intentional, and this evolution makes him stand out in a world where most people fear change. He becomes a reminder that true strength is not in holding on, but in knowing when to let go and rise again.